Hello, my name is Mandy Jones, and I just want to share my story. What if the brain was more powerful than we knew? A personal journey from my little brother's seizures to unlocking genius in every child. All right, let's go. It really did start with my brother. When he was 3 years old, he woke up in the morning not speaking clearly, walking into the walls, not being in balance. Then came the seizures. Our home became a place of constant caution. Ambulances during fevers, medication schedules on the fridge, and endless questions. My mom showed up to every neurology appointment with pages of notes. My parents weren't just looking for answers, they were fighting for their son's future. The moment that changed everything. It was one New Year's Day. My brother had a great grand mal seizure. He was airlifted to the city, and then that was the last one. A question that wouldn't leave me. If the brain wasn't just vulnerable, but what if it was powerful? What if healing was possible in ways we didn't fully understand? And that's when it was born, my obsession with looking at the brain and how we function within it. And eventually, I found neuroplasticity. The idea that the brain is always changing. It's always capable of growth. We just need to shift the input. Then I followed the science. I went to college, studied biology and chemistry, not just the lab coats microscopes, but the kind that made me wonder why we're all walking around with this electric jelly inside our skulls. I loved the complexity, the creativity, the constant unfolding of discovery. But after graduation, instead of heading into a lab, which I had tried out and it wasn't just what I wanted at the time, I bought a plane ticket and grabbed my scuba gear. My classroom was the ocean. I became a certified dive master, working from New Zealand to Venezuela, leading dives in Spanish, guiding tourists through coral reefs, swimming beside sea turtles. Once a school of fish was so large it blocked the sunlight surrounding me. It was pure magic. The lesson? You don't need words to communicate. Underwater, everything depends on presence. A glance, a gesture, the way you move, what's going on in the eyes. It taught me to listen to the body, to feel what someone needs before they can speak. And this is tied directly to neuroplasticity. Then I landed in Denver, very far from the ocean, where I met my husband and we became creators of experiences. Full-on multi-sensory logistical jungle festivals. We had 20,000 people over a weekend eating tacos with mariachi bands, chihuahua racing, lucha libre wrestling. We built the magic, the experience from start to finish. And when you've coordinated that many vendors, that many stages, and really that many chihuahuas, you get very good at planning. Then another big thing, came motherhood. Becoming a mother cracked something wide open inside of me. Suddenly, I wasn't building festivals. I was building a human being. And then there were two more. I had all this experience teaching and leading, but raising a child, there was no playbook for me, no checklist, no perfect event timeline that guaranteed your baby learns to self-regulate. And in truth, I did struggle a lot with identity, number one, but I looked around and I realized we're not being taught how to support our children's brains. So I built a learning environment. We moved to a more tropical location. We started a homeschool. We built a small school, not the ones with walls or whiteboards, but an innovation of something different. And I watched something incredible happen. Kids thrive when their whole body is moved and learning. They engage when their senses are activated and the spark hits. That's when they thrive, and that's when genius wakes up. Now, what parents tell me all the time, what I hear is they can't sit still. Nothing seems to work for more than a week. Here's what you want, and here's what you need to know. Those aren't personal failures. That's the system missing something vital, the body. Learning doesn't just happen in isolation. It's in the brain, in the body, wired together. Movement, breath, rhythm. These aren't the extras. They're the essential inputs for memory and focus and emotional regulation. So that's where Activate Genius comes. A daily tool kids use for purposeful movement that build brain function. In short, the missions are science-backed, simple to follow, and just a few minutes a day. It's nothing fancy, just clear activity and consistency. That's it. It also grows with your child. It grows with you as a parent, able for ages 3 to 13, but really, this can be used for all ages. So welcome to Activate Genius. Because better transitions, stronger focus, more calm, not just because of the discipline, but because the brain is being supported in its way to building learning. Learning is everything. If we can get our children excited to learn, everything shifts. One mission, one movement, one moment at a time. Let's bring the body back into learning and unlock what's there all along. Tag a parent or someone who needs to hear this. Share this post. Spread the word. I appreciate any feedback. Please know that you can activate the genius within yourself and within your children.